there, boys and girls. It's Bill Building Houses, and we're out here on site on one of my famous luxury homes. You know, with one of them jacuzzi tubs in the backyard. Oh yeah, and it's got the Bill stamp of approval. But not only do I love building houses, do you know what else I love to build? I love to build our faith and our trust in God through learning His Word from what we call the Bible. And I want to teach you one of those amazing faith-building power verses today. And today's power verse says, "See how very much our Heavenly Father loves us, for He allows us to be called His children." 1 John 3:1. Well, that's a great power verse, and I think it's time we hear from the boys. Boys, stand up. Let me hear a big grunt. And why don't you say the power verse with good old Bill on the count of 3? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. See how very much our Heavenly Father loves us, for He allows us to be called His children. 1 John 3:1. Great job, boys. You nailed it. But now it's time for the girls to stand up. Girls, stand up and give me a great big grunt. And say the power verse with Bill on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. See how very much our Heavenly Father loves us, for He allows us to be called His children. 1 John 3:1. Great job. You can have a seat. Well, this power verse reminds me of another one of my construction stories. See, one day, Nathaniel thought he was too smart for his helmet. He decided to take it off. Well, good old Bill here decided he really needed to learn his lesson. So I let him work without his hat on. And guess what happened? He got bopped up on the side of the head by a big old plank of wood. He was hurting for days. It wasn't smart. But you know what? Nathaniel never forgot to put on his hard hat again. He remembered how much it hurt. And just like us, sometimes when we run away from home, God is going to let us learn our lesson. He wants us to understand what it means to be away from Him. But when we come back to Him, He is there willing to celebrate the fact that we came home. I definitely celebrated the fact that Nathaniel wears his good old hard hat again. But I think everybody needs to stand up on their feet. Give me a big old grunt. And say the power verse with Bill on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. See how very much our Heavenly Father loves us, for He allows us to be called His children. 1 John 3:1. Great job, everybody. You can have a seat. Well, I got to get back to my construction project. I got a house to finish building. Remember, I built it so you can get away from the stresses of life and come home to it, especially in that jacuzzi tub. Bye, everybody.